My mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are back at it again with another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. Happy Hump Day. Hopefully your week is going well. We're at the halfway point, so if it's not too late to make the adjustments necessary to make it a great week. Obviously, the topic is what it is. I want to make sure we hit the like on the way in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit that bell notification and turn all notifications on, so that way you get these as soon as they premiere in the mornings. And last but not least, we're at 400. We're in the 400 range. We're on the trek to 500. I just want to give a shout out to all of the people who subscribed already. But share the video. Get me out there. And you know, we're on that slow trek. I want to see if we can do 500 by the end of the year. We're going into Q4. I want to see if it's something that we can do. Let's get to it. Go ahead and do that. Make me a micro machine down here so we can talk some crypto, because that's what we do on hump days. First and foremost, we have Bitcoin sitting at $113,229, with Ethereum following in suit, sitting back up over 4,000 at $4,130.59. Putting us at a Bitcoin dominance of 57.1%, with an Ethereum dominance of 12.6%, with gas fees on Ethereum at 0.114 Gwei. Awesome. Shout outs to CoinGecko for this wealth of information. Moving right along. The top 3 trending coins as of this recording, which is Tuesday, October 14th in the evening hour. We are at number 1, we have Mantra. Number 2, we have Yay Finance. And number 3, we have Esther. Moving along to the top gainers and losers of the day in the last 24 hours. We're going to start off with the gainers. I hope everybody gets to be on this list. Now we're seeing some bull run numbers today. So we're going to honor that, because some of you guys should be celebrating. And let's go ahead and jump into the list. If you are a holder of Yay Finance, tap in with me down in the comments, because I want to give you a roses salute to those who are invested in Yay Finance. Let's give a shout out to you guys. At number 1, we've got it ranked 620, Yay Finance, with a gain of 305.9% in the last 24 hours. We're gonna do another round of applause for that. That could be life-changing. You never know. At number 2, at 389, we have Knock Chain with a gain of 87.3% in the last 4 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 311, BNB Attestation Service, with a gain of 82.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 76, Chain Opera AI, with a gain of 61.1% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, rounding out the list, at number 5, we have at rank 848, Sapien, with a gain of 48.6% in the last 24 hours. Strong day, considering we're in such a downturn. Volatility, though, it's the gift and a curse. It's a double-edged sword, just like allergies have no gift. Aside from when you have a good sneeze. So you have a good sneeze, that's a good gift. But outside of that, it's terrible. And we have them. At number 1, we're moving over to the top 5 losers. I hope nobody ends up on this list, but if you are, I hope it's an opportunity to get into position. Or if you're dollar cost averaging as I do, an opportunity for you to buy a little bit extra to bring down that cost average. At number 1, we have it ranked 572. We have Dora with a loss of 35.5%. At number 2, we have it ranked 567, Paparazzi token, with a loss of 28.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have it ranked 669. We have Enzo with a loss of 25.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have it ranked 502. Portal to Bitcoin with a loss of 24.1% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, we have it ranked 282, Humanity, with a loss of 22.8% in the last 24 hours. Okay, so let's see here. Open it up, the bull run here. And good God. We have a lot of sneezing going on. Okay, there we go. Just apparently all the ragweed has blown into my house. Okay, so let's get some housekeeping out of the way with the portfolio. So we are down 2.5% on the 24-hour. We have a total loss that brings us to a total loss of 20.5%, moving in the wrong direction, but we are in a dip. And you know what they say, when you buy the dip, you get more dip on the chip. And yeah, we're just going to run with it. Like there's not much to say about it. I know a lot of people don't like talking about their investments when they're on the dip, but under normal circumstances, we're buying. We're looking at getting some more Bitcoin buys in. We've been getting some more Bitcoin buys in. We're going to talk about that. And then, yeah, so this is where we're at. Let's talk about it. At number 1, we have Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 3, we have Thorwallet DEX, TGT. At number 4, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 5, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token, always a mouthful, JLP. At number 6, we have Radium, RAY. At number 7, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 8, we have Injective, INJ. At number 9, we have Avalanche, AVAX. And last but not least, round out the list, at number 10, we have Akash Network, AKT. Now, we're going to have a conversation. Boop. We're going to talk about... Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're going to go back to Micro Machine. So we have another portfolio to look at. I keep forgetting about that because tracking the Bitcoin stuff is just boring. Take a look here. We've got our Bitcoin standard portfolio. We are still in the green. Obviously, when we retcon this at the end of the year to start the 2026 portfolio, it's going to be a little bit different. But our holdings were currently at $1,749.76. We are up 23% on the year. Obviously, most of this being because before we were buying sub $100,000 Bitcoin, but we did get to buy some of the dip. So this is kind of just where we're living here. It is what it is. Last 7-day chart looking kind of ugly. You know, we had a massive drop off, and then we've been getting volatile on our way back up, and it looks like we're at hopefully at the start of a breakout. I mean, I know some of the gurus out there are calling for 95, which is dumb, but it is what it is. We're going to talk about, so this is why you stay poor. I mean, that's really what this rolls into. So as I say all the time, you got to do your own research. I don't think anybody should take my opinion. I'm over here being mildly entertaining while granularly tracking my personal progress, navigating the financial hellscape we found ourselves in. I do not place myself as any type of guru. Granted, I do have my 10,000 hours specifically in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because I actually use Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I have since 2013 when I first got in. Now, the funny thing is, it's like everybody pulls up charts. I don't pull up charts. I'm just talking about ideology, methodology, what I'm doing, what I see in the market sometimes, and keeping it pushing. The rest of these dudes are pulling up charts and telling you where they think stuff is going. And the first thing that I will tell you is maybe there's somebody who's good at it. I know zero people, zero in real life that aren't on YouTube, that aren't making their money off YouTube, that don't have a monetized channel that actually makes money trading crypto. I don't even make money trading crypto. I keep rolling crypto into crypto and building up my Bitcoin stash. That's how my net worth goes up. These dudes are pulling up charts and acting like the most asinine thing, if you actually do understand Bitcoin and what it is trading it. Imagine being the person who was like, oh yeah, I was swing trading Amazon stock at $20. Oh, I swing traded up to 100. Well, you would have been better off just buying more Amazon stock, dude. Like, you would have been better off just buying and holding Amazon stock to get to today's prices. Or, oh, I swung trade MicroStrategy from $20 to $100. Okay, that's awesome. Like, you would have been better off buying MicroStrategy. But I could understand it with stocks, because stocks intrinsically, you're tying that to a business, not the hardest currency ever created. Not the best performing asset in the last 15 years. That's like saying you trade gold. Like, why? Actually, that's worse than saying you trade gold, because you can't actually spend gold. You can actually buy stuff with Bitcoin. And it just doesn't make sense. You guys see a tweet from the president about tariffs, and apparently everyone went and sold every asset they had. And then you didn't have access to the stock market, so you just sold Bitcoin to have dollars that are getting inflated. This is why you're poor. This is why you will stay poor. There should be an understanding, and I understand a lot of people come into crypto, especially crypto, with the highest level of peasant desperation. I get it. You're trying to get rich tomorrow. You think something's going to happen. You don't actually believe in Bitcoin because you don't understand money or assets, and you're just trying to make a quick buck. But that mentality right there is what's trapping you exactly where you are. And all the people who sold, I would honestly, my thought process on this is stay out of the market until you understand what money is. Don't even buy your Bitcoin back. Don't come back, because all you're going to be doing is buying at a worse rate, which actually might work out for you in the long term. But the lack of understanding how money works is just going to end up with a big bag of money that you're going to convert into dollars to go buy stuff to impress people that don't care about you, that are going to instantly depreciate, and it's going to be the most expensive purchase you ever had, because Bitcoin is going to keep going up as long as they keep printing money, and they can't ever stop printing money at this point. So yeah, like, maybe the process should be like, start learning how stuff works. Start learning about Bitcoin. Stop living in a world of Bitcoin go up. Stop valuing stuff in dollars. That's why you're poor now. Everything you look at, you're looking at from a dollar standpoint. Dollars are to be spent, not saved. Especially considering you're getting the value of your dollar debased out from underneath you every month, without fail. And every time they talk about stimulating the economy, making things better, trying to help you, where do you think all this free money comes from? It doesn't come from free. It comes from you. It comes from me. It comes from all of us who use dollars. And so when I see things like Trump talking about tariffs on China, and then the entire market sells off so that you guys can have a bunch of dollars that are actively being debased, that is crazy to me, especially when you're selling assets that don't get affected by tariffs. Y'all are selling everything. Just everything. Just to have like a pile of dollars, does that make you feel more secure? Does it make you feel better? To have your buying power debased, to think the market's going to go even lower, and then it doesn't, and then it starts going back up, but you sold at the bottom. Y'all were selling straight down to 109. Bounce back up to where do we go? 115, 116. Now we're sitting at 113. That's volatility. The good news for me, and at least from my perspective of what I'm looking at, I'm like, hey, if we can have a $10,000 drop in a couple of days, that means we're about at the point where we can start having some $10,000 runs up in a couple of days. And it's just going to benefit those of us that understand, because I'm steady buying. I sold 0 Bitcoin over that flash crash. I bought some Bitcoin. Did I catch it 109? I thought about it, but I sat and watched. I waited for that bounce. I got in at like 110 and some change. Now we're sitting at 113. Went all the way up to 115, 116. I'm not trying to trade it. It's just, hey, like if we're going to have this kind of volatility, then like, yeah, what are we looking at? We're looking at sub 115 Bitcoin looking tasty right now. 109, definitely a hard buy area if I have dry powder. Fortunately, this time I had some stuff that I was lollygagging around about making a purchase, and then the dip happened. I was like, great, this is good for me. I sat and waited, saw it hit 109. As soon as it bounced a little bit, I went ahead and put my buy in. I don't need to catch the absolute bottom. As long as I can catch that, I'll catch the bounce off the bottom. That's fine. I'm just watching the market, seeing how crazy people are. I'm like, who doesn't understand how money works? And then I just watch. And I watched, and I kept watching. And, then you start getting messages and texts like, is it all right? Are we okay? Like, are you okay? Like, I'm great. Like, all my Bitcoin, even with the stuff that I'm buying now, like my average buy price is well under $30,000. This is what it is. Like, I've been sitting. So, and I've seen worse than this. So I'm consistently buying. The companies and institutions are consistently buying. It's you who are selling. It's you who will stay poor. They told you that you're going to own nothing and like it. And this is the setup for it. It's just you don't have the mentality for building wealth. If every time you see a scary tweet and then your favorite guru gets on there and tells you we're going to 90 and you're trying to go, oh, I gotta save this before we get down to 90. I'm going to sell all my stuff. Guarantee you homeboy didn't sell all his Bitcoin unless he's stupid. But he's probably not stupid. He makes money off you and you're stupid. Like that's how this works. Because you'll stay poor. Your influencer's not going to stay poor. So you guys follow him. You guys give him all this money. You have monetized channels. You want your super chats read. Part of the community. They're telling you to sell and they're buying. Just doesn't sound like a good logical way to build wealth is fumbling the bag every dip, every time you get scared. But again, there is a reason poor people are poor. And a good chunk of it comes down to games that are set up for them to not excel. And then when there are games where they can excel, the situations they're in, the fear that they carry, the lack of understanding of assets makes them make bad decisions. So then even when you go, hey, we can all compete. This is a level playing field. We're all in this game and we just get to compete. They don't make the decisions necessary. They can't deal with the volatility. They play the game scared. They play not to lose. They play to protect what they have. They actually invest like wealthy people. Which is funny because every wealth tactic that's made for preservation is marketed to poor and middle class people. And they use it and think they're smart because they're like, hey, this is what the rich person is doing. Well, if I got $1 billion and you got 10, we're playing two different games at that point. We're on two different places in the board. And poor and middle class people consistently play the money game like the wealthy do because they think, oh, well, if I just do exactly what they do without having the context, then I'll get like them. And it's like, well, you might when you're like 80, like right before you're off this planet, you'll get like 2 good days and just like, ah, I did it. And then it's over doing what they do because they're rich already. You are poor. And you're lacking the context of why all the games that a person who's already rich revolve around protecting them being already rich because they don't want to not be rich. Like once you get rich, you want to stay rich. And you go, okay, well, I can take 5%, even though that doesn't beat inflation, but 5% at having a few $1,000,000 is different from 5% on $10. It's just 2 different numbers. You can live off the 5% off a couple of million. Compounding also, law of large numbers. It's a thing. Look it up. It's important. And poor and middle class people generally don't have large numbers to even work for them. They go, I'm going to do what the rich person does because they're rich and they got to be smart. And like they are smart about protecting themselves from not having to come back to the boat that you're in. Your boat has holes in it. Fleeing the market and selling off the hardest asset on the planet to have dollars that are being debased as a middle class or poor person, which I'm going to say basically everybody who's watching this video is like literally the ultimate momentum killer for your progress. And it's like, that's the reason I titled the video. This is why you stay poor. Because this is why. Every time you get some momentum, you're going, hey, the price just dipped. Let me sell what I got and I'll try and rebuy in to get a few extra Satoshis on the bottom. And then you don't time the bottom right because you sold at 109. That was the bottom. Then it went up to 115. Oh no, now you're out of position and you got to buy back in at higher than what you sold. Like, sure, you're moving in the right direction, but like at what pace? Like that just, you're not going to accelerate. I mean, I guess if you continue to do this until you're 60, like you'll still have something because Bitcoin will be worth a lot. And you'll have some. But not near as much as if you just bought and held it. And then when it went down, you bought a little bit extra. And then you're adding to the nugget that you have because that is something that is going in the opposite direction of your dollars, albeit volatility is a thing. But in the grand scheme of things, the hardest asset on the planet isn't something that you want to sell off to buy back in. You just consistently buy it and then leverage it and then use those dollars that are going down in value to buy whatever you need and then rinse and repeat. And I'm gonna leave it there because it's just perplexing to me. It's crazy to me that that's the world that we live in, and it's crazy to me the results because then people talk about privilege and oh well that's fortunate for you. Like I'm in the same boat with you, and you probably make more money than me, and somehow I'm worth more than you because I know how to just not panic sell every asset that I have to get in at a worse position because of a tweet. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like it comes down to decisions. Like it comes down to an interest in the game of money. And I'm very interested in the game of money. I spend a lot of time learning, understanding, looking at history, looking at what people have done throughout history, understanding how money works, understanding what an asset is, understanding what sound money is, understanding the system that we're in. These are all important things. And if you want to like not have to work forever, it's very important that you not only learn about this stuff and not just to sound intelligent at a cocktail party or at the dinner table or at the bar, but actually applying it. Because like if you're so smart and you understand how money works, why are you poor? You should be moving forward. You should be tracking your finances every month like I do and posting the receipts. This is the direction we're going. This is what we're doing. This is where we're headed. This is how much progress I've made in X amount of time. But no, you're running in place going, I know that. I know about that. I know that. I know about that. And then not doing anything. Which means you don't actually know. You've just heard or read about it. In the sense that it's just like, yeah, I can regurgitate that information. I can talk about the time value of money. Well, then why aren't you moving forward with it? How are you not moving forward if you know about the time value of money? How is your situation not getting better? How are you not moving towards a goal financially? How are you not able to have the conversation about how much your net worth increased from this month to last month? Why are you scared to talk about your debt? I'm going to leave it there. I think we've all got a lot of work to do because I'm very much a work in progress. Obviously, like I said, in the trenches with you, working my way out. But I got goals. I got receipts. I post them monthly, some of them weekly. I'm here talking about it. I'm here leaving the breadcrumbs. Like if I can do it, I'm not smart. Didn't go to college. Don't have that piece of paper. If you're so smart, why are you poor? How are you worth less than me? Oh yeah, you're in debt. That you don't want to talk about. So, when we get down to the brass tacks of it, it's like there's doers and then there's armchair quarterbacks. And for the most part, it seems like there's a lot of armchair quarterbacking going on and a lot of people not actually doing. And then the people who aren't doing, you're not practiced. So then the tweet comes out and you sell all your assets just like everybody else. And then you all collectively buy back in at worse positions. And MicroStrategy, MetaPlanet, and whoever else is buying BlackRock, we all get your Bitcoin and we don't give those back to you. So like now you got to buy at a higher price than what you sold. So, if you want to hustle backwards, forwards and do it the slow way, like that's by all means, that's great. But I hope that everybody that's over here in the wolf pack, that's touching my content, that's checking out my content, that's ghost watching my content, even those of you that are hate watching my content, I hope you're looking at the results. I hope you're seeing me move forward and being able to explain myself. Albeit at the end of the day, I'm pretty tired, a little bit delusional, and I rant a little bit. But I'm explaining the logic behind what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm giving the logic behind what I'm doing and showing the results of my personal financial experiments. And so far so good. We're about to do some more base hits. I got a play that I'm getting ready to do a video on. It's a little bit scary, kind of pressing me a little bit outside the comfort zone. But, I got a feeling that we're on the right trajectory. And I think that the way that we're going to be structuring some stuff, I'm excited about it. So we'll be talking about that in the weeks to come. Till then, it's been another great episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. And until next week, fortify those bags. Do not fumble them. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. Crypto Portfolio Updates. The channel's future financial strategies. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. All forms of free support. We'll see you next week. I'm out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play it, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.